Good morning from day one here at Aero Friedrichshafen. This is a trade show in southern Germany dedicated entirely to the world of general aviation. I'm here bright and early because I'm very lucky I've got a media pass here at the air show, so I can get to share with you in this video all the interesting things that I can find here at the air show, which, to be honest with you, is going to be a lot of things because, oh my goodness, we've got business jets, we've got corporate jets, small general aviation aircraft, ultralight aircraft. There's even an airship over there, but we'll get to the Zeppelins in a second. Let's get started. Let's see what we can find. So the air show seems to be divided up into quite a few distinct areas. Where I am at the moment, this main hall is where you've got a lot more of the recreational aircraft, aircraft like there's a Savannah just over there, Jodel. A lot of these aircraft powered by Rotax engines as well. A lot of these that you could fly in Australia, at least on a recreational pilot's license. Two-seater aircraft, sometimes used for training, but quite often just used for recreational flying if you don't want to go ahead and get your full private pilot's license. The nice thing about Aero Friedrichshafen is that they've got lots of halls. I think there's about 6 or 7 of these big exhibition halls. And yeah, they're each divided into separate areas, and this one's just dedicated to smaller recreational aircraft. And a drone as well.
This is our latest model, the new demonstrator. This one is fully IFR equipped. You can see we have the new gear controller over there. It's integrated in the panel, and so it's integrated in the G-Trix. The autopilot controller is now integrated on the top of the panel to create more space and to align more the instrumentation, and everything is a little bit more fancy.
This is the Shark 600, which is a Slovak-built ultralight class in Europe, which means that it has a maximum all-up mass of 600 kilograms. And this particular variant that you can see behind us is the turbocharged one as well, which has been operated up to 24,000 feet.
I love your display here as well, Andrew. You've got aircraft all over the place up in the air. What's Wingman?
So Wingman Aviation is our training operation, so we offer exciting adventures like guided travel in Europe, and of course we teach close formation flying and upset recovery training.
When you come to Australia next year, can I have a go?
Yeah, hell yeah, only if you promise to come formation flying with us.
Oh, we can do that. Yeah, thanks,
Got
Andrew.
it.
Thanks
Cheers.
for your time. Nice to meet you. Got the Sling High Wing behind us here as well. This is an aircraft which we have a couple of in Australia now. There is a company up in Queensland run by a friend of mine called Errol, who have got one of the Sling High Wings. They build them for customers. One day I'd like to get up there and give it a go because it does seem like quite a fun aircraft to fly. I feel like I've done my 10,000 steps for the day already, and that's only 3 of the exhibition halls that I've looked in. There's still at least 3 more to go, and we haven't even started looking at all of the large business jets that are based outside in the open space as well. I'm already having a brilliant day, and it's only about 10 o'clock in the morning. There's so much more to see. All right, let's have a look, see what's in here.
But you have a unique perspective in that you have videography experience. So what you do is so professionally done.
Oh, thank you.
So you've really taken a love of aviation and an experience in video production, and being able to marry them together. You and Josh Flowers are.
Oh yeah, I'd love to meet Josh in person one day.
Really?
Can I just say I'm filming this as well? So can
you are filming this as well. This is
what was
just
that professionally
what we don't
done? That's out of the mouth of Garmin themselves. And also, Josh, if you are watching this, I'd love to meet up one day. Now I'm flying again in Australia.
I'm thrilled to hear that you're back to flying again.
Thank you very much. What can I look forward to? What toys have you got?
Well, the new things that we've done in Garmin Pilot over the last year, since you haven't been flying, is we have internet traffic. So the ability to have real-time traffic information, it is a worldwide offering. You can tap on the traffic target and be able to see more information about a particular aircraft that you're looking for. In addition to that, we've just launched airport comments, which is something that has been a widely requested feature for, I don't know, several years now. And so you have the ability to add a comment for an airport or for an FPO, and you can also add a star rating. And there's a lot more in the pipeline that I can't talk about right now to you for when you are able.
I'll find out off camera.
Yes, you can find out off camera for sure.
How do you get the 15 for 12 promotion? How does that work?
Good question. The 15 for 12, you simply go in and buy Garmin Pilot, and then we will manually add the additional 3 months to your account within 5 business days after you make your purchase.
All right, well, if you are coming down to the air show, you want to check out some of the Garmin products as well, look out for my friend Jan. Say hello, tell her that you saw her in this video, and check out some of the new features in Garmin Pilot as well. I'm looking forward to trying some of those when I go flying next.
Yes, we're glad that you're back to flying.
Okay, thanks so much. That means a lot. Thank you. Normally at air shows, aircraft like the 6X that's behind me are not really open to the general public. Sometimes they do media events where you can get on board and have a look, which I was lucky enough to do at Essendon a couple of months ago. It's a brilliant aircraft, it's fantastic up front. Honeywell avionics system in the cockpit. I think it seats 16 people inside. There's different seating configurations, but I do love watching all the people who are just casually going on board and going, yeah, this will probably suit our needs next time we need to head down to Aspen for the winter. I'm just envious. Traditional German airshow snack. I'm surprised at how much corporate aviation in terms of like large business jets are actually here. I thought it would be more of a smaller general aviation, so you know, the small kind of like Cirrus aircraft. I'm surprised that there are such large aircraft here. I thought it would be a lot smaller, but do you know what? I'm not upset. Being in the southern end of Germany here in Friedrichshafen, we're actually very close to Switzerland. In fact, when you look over the lake here in Friedrichshafen, you can see the Alps, you can see over to Switzerland. And so naturally, there's quite a big presence for Pilatus, being a Swiss manufacturer. They're displaying here at the air show as well. Let's see what they've got. Thanks, Joel, for letting me have a look in the cockpit.
No worries.
This is the cockpit of the PC12 Pro. Now, I'm familiar with the PC12. Just really quickly, what's the main differences between like PC12, PC12 Pro?
So the thing is, the last version was the PC12 NGX, and there we had the Honeywell suite in front, and now we have the Garmin G3000 Prime with the big screens. Everything is touch, and you can make this bigger, for example, if you want that, the primary flight display, and you can have those quick controls down here.
And you've got weather radar on board as well.
Exactly.
It's very, very simple to use. And things like frequencies and pulling up new frequencies, it's just like whatever you want. You're just touching here, switching frequencies around.
Absolutely.
Putting new ones in, yeah.
It's very intuitive.
It's very intuitive. This is the first time I've really used it, and already you can just go in there and start typing away. And the very recognizable Pilatus yoke as well,
Yeah,
for controlling it.
That's actually the same yoke as we have in the PC24. Before that we had another one, and we just thought it's much more easy to use. What's very new about the aircraft as well is we will have the Garmin Autoland certified very soon.
Oh yes,
Then this will be the button here. You can retrofit it for all aircraft we have delivered now. The aircraft is already ready, and it has an STC to install the Autoland button.
So if there's hypoxia issues, decompression, anything, emergencies like that, it will look after you.
Yeah.
There is something very cool about being at an air show and knowing that you are the one that helped actually fly one of the aircraft in. This is Golf Yankee Echo Sierra Cirrus SR20 that belongs to Philippe's company, Echelon Air, and this is actually what I flew down to the air show in yesterday. We took it from Biggin Hill, stopped over at Le Touquet, and then landed at Friedrichshafen yesterday afternoon. And I did film that one as well. That's going to be another video that comes out on this channel in a couple of weeks' time. So if you want to see me flying from the UK to the air show in this beautiful orange aircraft behind me, then get ready for that video. But this is the Echelon Air stand. He's actually got a couple of aircraft here this year. He's got this SR20, a Diamond DA50 behind me over there, and then in the background there's another Cirrus, that's an SR22, the red one in the background there. Displaying all these aircraft and selling them, I think, as well, as part of Lone Mountain, the company that Philippe works with here. So if you're interested in buying this aircraft that I've flown around the UK, or the DA50 or the SR22 behind me, give Philippe a call. I'm sure he'll give you a good price if you mention this video. A lot of us who like aviation know that Germany has quite a rich history when it comes to the world of flight, and most of us will be familiar with the name Zeppelin as well. Now, a couple of things I didn't realise was, first of all, Zeppelin was actually the name of the person who first came up with the concept of the Zeppelin. Something else I didn't know is that here in Friedrichshafen there's actually a Zeppelin museum that you can go and visit, which was unfortunately shut last night when I was in town, and I'm not going to have time to see it today because of the air show. And the third thing that I didn't realise is that they actually have real life flying Zeppelins here in Germany as well, where you can actually take joy flights on them. Now, it's a little bit windy at the moment, and I don't think that this one's going to be going up today, but it does actually fly, and it's hangared and maintained in the huge building that you can see behind me with Zeppelin written on the top of it. Very cool to know that an important part of the history of aviation here in Germany is still being maintained and still flying to this day, so people can experience what it would have been like all the way back in the 1800s to be some of the early pioneers and experience flight for the first time. I wonder if that person made their money running a couple of pubs, perhaps? It's a good registration, isn't it? Oh, there's another one over there. Hang on, let me show you this. One interesting thing I've noticed about this air show is that there is more companies that deal with like private jet charter here than I was expecting. And maybe it's because the air shows that I'm more used to, for example, Avalon down in Australia, I don't think the market for that is nearly as big as it is here in Europe. Obviously, there's a lot more people here, there's a lot more countries closer together, and there's probably therefore a lot more wealthy individuals who want to travel around between countries more so than there would be in somewhere like Australia. So we're not used to companies like this one behind me who charter these business jets to high net worth individuals who, instead of wanting to travel on commercial airlines, would prefer to charter one of these for themselves instead. I find that interesting, and I'm also envious of it, I will be honest. It wouldn't be a bad life, would it? Now, don't get me wrong, I do love my IO 550 avgas burning powerhouse of an engine in the front of Echo Yankee Zulu. It gives me great range, really good performance. But there is something about electric aviation that I am very interested in. We haven't quite got there yet because you've got flight times for something like this Velis aircraft behind me for around 50 minutes. It takes about an hour and a bit to charge it up. So for short hops, maybe from private airstrips, maybe for flight training where the training can actually be done on airport. But until we can sort out the range issues at the moment, obviously, and until you can have batteries that aren't too heavy but can still store enough power and be able to get these aircraft going further, I still think electric aviation very much in its infancy, but it's nice to see them here at the show today. Who knew that Cirrus had so many merch lines? Like, I knew they had hats. I've worn a Cirrus hat for a while. I'm sure I've seen people in shirts as well. But there's so much Cirrus merch. You can buy this whole stand. This isn't anything to do with the aircraft themselves. This is all just the merchandise. It's very tempting, don't get me wrong. I don't need a hat. I don't need a hat. If you've watched my channel for a bit, do you remember that time that I flew a Piper Meridian, which was based down in Moorabbin? We took it from Moorabbin Airport over the Bass Strait down to Tasmania. And I kind of fell in love hard with the idea of a single engine turboprop pressurized aircraft. It really has got me learning a little bit more about the Piper M series. This is the M500 behind me. Now, I'm not going to jump ship from the Cirrus SR22. Still love that aircraft, and it still does exactly what I need it to do for my needs as a pilot. But if you were to upgrade to a single engine turboprop, I mean, I love the PC12, but the M500 or like the M700, if you've got a little bit of, wouldn't that be a great option? It's a great aircraft. Now, this being an air show, there is actually an air display component to Aero Friedrichshafen. I'm getting better at saying that as the day goes on, but not today, unfortunately. They're only doing it on one of the days for the show, and that's the last day, which is Saturday. But if you did want to come to the air show and actually watch an air display as well, make sure you come down on the Saturday, because they have quite a few of the aircraft that are here statically displayed who'll be up in the air flying around, including the Zeppelin, which would be cool to look at. Diamond have got a fairly good presence here at the air show as well. They've got a couple of aircraft here, obviously the DA50 behind me, there's a DA62 as well, DA42 over behind me, big area of the stand. Credit as well to Diamond, they're the only aircraft manufacturer here at the air show who is displaying their aircraft with matching luggage. I was chatting to my new friend Joel from Pilatus. Hello Joel, if you're watching this. We were talking about why there's so much executive aviation down here, and he was saying that it's possibly because there's another air show called eBase, which was supposed to be in June in Switzerland, which has been cancelled. And a lot of the executive aviation, the charter, some of the biz jet stuff normally displays there. But because it's not happening this year, I think a lot of those companies have come to Aero instead, which is good for the air show here. It's not good, obviously, that another air show has been cancelled, but it kind of means you get a little bit the best of both worlds here. You get all the small the small general aviation aircraft, but you also get a lot of bizjet stuff like this Citation Longitude behind me as well. So for av geeks, for people who just like aviation in general, it's actually quite a good thing. Well, sadly, my time here at Aero Friedrichshafen has come to an end now. As long as the day has gone on, I haven't been able to say the name of the air show properly either, so I do apologise for that. But I hope you enjoyed that quick look around the air show. I would thoroughly recommend this if you are in Europe and you do love your aviation. If this is on and you're around, I'd definitely recommend coming down and visiting as well, because you can fly into it in your own aircraft too. But thank you very much for watching. Do give us a like if you enjoyed this, and otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.